Tonight, PG&E is under pressure for another reason other than those power outages.
In tonight's original report, KPIX 5's Alan Martin shows us how tree trimming crews are also feeling the heat in the height of fire season.
Density of population, a lot more cars, the streets are narrower.
Richard Bargione was born and raised in Fairfax in Marin County and now lives across the street from the house his uncle built. He's certainly seen things change.
It's built up a lot more. More houses, like for instance, when I was a little kid and grew up across the street, virtually nobody lived full-time up the hill in Hillside.
Today, he's watching the tree in front of his old house get trimmed away from the power lines that create a spiderweb pattern through the forested narrow streets just outside of town.
The maintenance needs to be stepped up, and I feel like it's being addressed now.
Uni Valencia and his crew are from Central California. They stay in hotels for months at a time because their employer, ArborWorks, is just one of the companies contracted by PG&E to clear trees from some of the most dangerous areas of the state. ArborWorks has added hundreds of employees like Uni to keep up with demand. PG&E says it expects to remove nearly 46,000 dead trees along its power lines this year and has nearly doubled the amount of money spent on vegetation management.
It's all clustered.
As part of that effort, Uni and his crew expect to be in the North Bay for the rest of the year.
Since I've been up here, I've actually been called to a couple of emergency jobs, where PG&E is like, hey, we need to address this right away. Can you have a crew there and have this done today?
One reason neighbors here are so concerned, the Crest Fire burned here about a month ago, and even though it started as a house fire, it then quickly spread up into the dry brush in the trees. Uni tries to explain the danger to hesitant homeowners by telling them about working in Butte County after fire wiped out the town of Paradise.
It was a sad situation. You hate to see something like that. I want things to be safe for the public and for everybody. I mean, I've seen firsthand how bad things can get when they're not addressed.
Building inspectors.
And Richard says he saw how scary it was when the fire started above his house. It could have easily trapped people in their own homes.
They had, I think, 16 fire trucks up there. They completely blocked the road. Nobody can get in or out of them, and not even the fire company.
Now, PG&E sent us a written response when asked for a comment concerning this story. It says, in part, we are working safely and as quickly as possible to complete this important safety work, prioritizing those communities that are at the most extreme risk of wildfire. This equates to roughly 25,200 miles of distribution line from Bakersfield to the Oregon border. In the North Bay, Alan Martin, KPIX 5.